Scientists have invented a jailbreaking liquid metal robot. It is called the Gossamer robot, and it is made of a material called gallium-indium eutectic alloy. This material is liquid at room temperature, which allows the robot to flow through tight spaces and deform its shape. The Gossamer robot was created by researchers at the University of California, Berkeley. They believe that it could be used to perform tasks in dangerous or confined spaces, such as search and rescue or bomb disposal. Here are some questions about the Gossamer robot. How does the Gossamer robot work? The Gossamer robot is controlled by a computer program that sends electrical signals to the robot's actuators. These actuators cause the robot to move and deform its shape. What are the advantages of the Gossamer robot? The Gossamer robot has several advantages over traditional robots. It is lightweight and flexible, which allows it to move through tight spaces. It is also non-toxic and biocompatible, which makes it safe to use in medical applications. What are the challenges of the Gossamer robot? The Gossamer robot is still in the early stages of development, so there are some challenges that need to be addressed. One challenge is that the robot is not very strong. It can be easily damaged if it hits something hard. Another challenge is that the robot is not very precise. It can be difficult to control its movements with high accuracy. What are the potential applications of the Gossamer robot? The Gossamer robot has the potential to be used in a variety of applications. It could be used for search and rescue, bomb disposal, or even surgery. It could also be used to explore dangerous or inaccessible places, such as the inside of volcanoes or nuclear reactors. Is the Gossamer robot a threat to humanity? The Gossamer robot is not a threat to humanity at this time. It is still in the early stages of development, and it is not very powerful. However, it is possible that the Gossamer robot could be used for malicious purposes in the future. It is important to develop safe and ethical guidelines for the use of this technology. Overall, the Gossamer robot is a promising new technology with a wide range of potential applications. However, it is important to be aware of the challenges and risks associated with this technology. It is also important to develop safe and ethical guidelines for its use. What can the robot do? The robot can crawl, climb, and even swim. It can also break through solid objects by melting them. Is the robot dangerous? The robot is not inherently dangerous. However, it could be used for malicious purposes, such as breaking into a building or stealing information. What are the ethical implications of the robot? The ethical implications of the robot are complex. On the one hand, the robot could be used for good, such as search and rescue operations. On the other hand, it could also be used for bad, such as terrorism. It is important to note that the Gallium Octet TrueChat robot is still in the early stages of development. It is not yet clear how the robot will be used in the future. However, it is a significant development in the field of robotics and raises important ethical questions. Here are some additional questions that you may have. How is the robot controlled? What are the limitations of the robot? What are the potential applications of the robot? What are the risks associated with the robot? These are all important questions that need to be addressed as the robot continues to develop. It is important to have a thoughtful discussion about the ethical implications of the robot so that we can use it safely and responsibly. What are the potential applications of the robot? The robot could be used for search and rescue operations, or for repairing damaged infrastructure. It could also be used for military purposes, such as infiltrating enemy territory. What are the ethical concerns about the robot? Some people are concerned that the robot could be used for malicious purposes, such as breaking into people's homes or businesses. Others are concerned that the robot could be used to harm people. How can we mitigate the ethical concerns about the robot? One way to mitigate the ethical concerns is to develop strict regulations governing the use of the robot. These regulations could prohibit the use of the robot for malicious purposes. Another way to mitigate the concerns is to develop security features that make it difficult for the robot to be used for harmful purposes. What are the next steps for the development of the robot? The scientists who developed the robot are continuing to work on improving its capabilities. They are also working on developing ways to make the robot more user-friendly. The development of the jailbreaking liquid metal robot is a significant technological achievement. However, it is important to be aware of the ethical concerns associated with the robot. By developing strict regulations and security features, we can help to ensure that the robot is used for good and not for harm.